$33,600 in 30 days selling digital products. And I'm about to show you exactly how it all went down with real proof, not by using fake screenshots that people have enhanced with Photoshop. I'm opening up my payment processor to show you the real numbers. I'm breaking down the entire strategy step by step, and I'm explaining exactly how understanding one human behavior pattern really can change everything in your business. And guess what? You can implement this entire system over the weekend without spending a single dime. Now, in case this is our first time meeting, I'm marketing coach Anthony. I sold my first online course back in 2015, and since then I've created and sold well over 300 digital products. And over the past decade, I've used every LMS, every AI tool, and anything else that would speed up my digital product creation process or help me optimize my business and my frameworks. So I know a thing or two about creating and selling digital products online. So let's get started. You know what's crazy? One of the biggest mistakes I see people make when they're selling their digital products is focusing on the features instead of what people actually want. Now, I've watched countless course creators talk endlessly about their module count or their video quality and the bonuses in their worksheets. And listen, I should know. For years, I was making the exact same mistakes. And then I discovered something that completely transformed my approach to selling digital products online. It wasn't about the fancy marketing tactics or the complex funnels. It was understanding a fundamental principle of human psychology. And that's that everybody in the world is tuned in to WIIFM. This is the station that plays in their head and your head as well, day in and day out without us even knowing it. This single concept drives virtually every buying decision your potential customers will ever make. And it's really the key to unlocking unlimited sales if you use it correctly. Nobody, and I mean nobody, wakes up in the morning excited to buy our digital courses. I mean, they don't lie in bed thinking to themselves, wow, I really hope I land on somebody's Samcart page today and they sell me a 10-module video course that's hosted on Kajabi. Nobody's doing that, right? They wake up with their problems. They wake up with their challenges. They wake up with their desires and a need to have those problems, desires, and challenges met and solved. They're tuned in to one radio station all day long, WIIFM. Everything they see and hear gets filtered through this question: how does this help me? And listen, this isn't just some marketing theory. It's hardwired into our brains. Humans are naturally self-focused because it's our survival mechanism. We're constantly scanning the environment to see what matters to us personally. And the moment that I started focusing all of my marketing messaging on answering what's in it for them, my conversion rates jumped almost immediately. And in buying that solution, it's our job to package our digital products in a way that helps convince and persuade that individual that our digital product is their best solution. They don't want our product. They want their end result. They want the transformation. And when you position your product as the bridge between their current pain and their desired outcome, price becomes much less of an objection. Now, before we dive directly into the payment process and I show you the numbers behind the launch and everything you really need to see, we have to understand that the value of our offer isn't determined by how much content you provide or how long it took you to create it. The value of your content is determined solely by how we solve a problem that our customer desperately wants solved. And this one WIIFM principle is exactly what allowed me to charge $2,800 for a bundle of products that separately would have been much harder to sell at a lower price. When I packaged everything as the complete solution to the specific problem that my audience was facing, the perceived value skyrocketed. And all of a sudden, it wasn't about getting more stuff. It was about getting the complete solution, because I was no longer selling the digital product. I was selling the desired result. Now, this complete solution concept is exactly what turned my existing digital products into a $33,000 payday. But here's something truly eye-opening as well. I didn't create a single new piece of content for this entire launch. Not one new video, not one new PDF, nothing. I simply took what I already had and I repackaged it and represented it from a different angle. So let's take a look at my payment processor here so that we can see exactly what happened. All right, so if we take a look at our ThriveCart account here, we can see under products, we have the Academy. This is the all access, and the month to date here. So we have $33,600 for gross revenue. And we can see we had one refund at $2,800. We won't worry about the taxes, which netted at $30,800. 11 transactions, one refund here, and we can see an 8.3 refund rate. And again, I created zero new content to make this happen. Instead, I went through my entire digital product library and I identified the assets that consistently performed well. These were the courses, the resources, and the strategies that my audience repeatedly loved, and the ones that solved the most pressing problems in their lives. I gathered these winning assets and I bundled them all together under one simple name that I called the Academy. Now look, I know the name is nothing groundbreaking, but it actually got the job done. A comprehensive collection of my best work that went directly out to a list of people who knew me most. And listen, my sales page was completely straightforward too. And as I think about it and I look back on it, there were really three key elements that made this offer irresistible. First, I made sure to build in the scarcity. So I only had 25 spots available. Now, disclaimer, I didn't sell all 25 spots, as you can see, but the built-in scarcity aspect is enough to get people to take the action. Now, second, I positioned the price point as a lifetime investment. Never talk about price, talk about the investment. $2,800 for permanent access to everything, including future updates. No monthly fees, no forking out 3 pays and 4 pays of $2,800, just one single payment, and everybody was happy. And this was truly a really big part of the selling process, because the people that I was presenting this offer to already knew that I would be here for the next decade to serve them and teach them everything that they needed to know about creating, marketing, and selling digital products online and starting an online business, because I've already been there for them for the previous decade. They've been on my list forever. So that's 10 years of experience, and then them watching me show up every single day on my email list was enough proof for them that a lifetime offer, including future updates, was insanely valuable. And third, I framed it as the ultimate collection of my knowledge, the complete pathway to solving their core problems. So the entire process from idea to launch took 1 weekend. And just to be clear, yes, that's 2 days. I didn't build elaborate marketing funnels. I didn't send thousands of emails to people. I didn't spend thousands of dollars on advertising campaigns. My promotion strategy was refreshingly simple. I sent a series of emails to my existing audience explaining the value proposition, and literally that was it. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Okay, Anthony, that's great, but I don't have multiple digital products to bundle together. And here's the beautiful part about that. Listen, you don't need a dozen courses to implement this strategy. You can start with just one core asset, whatever that might be, and you can surround it with complementary materials that enhance its value. So for example, if you have one strong, let's say, video course, you can take that course and you can add implementation guides, you can add templates, you can add group coaching calls, or you can give people access to a private community. These additions cost you next to nothing, and they're really minimal on your time to create, but they dramatically increase the perceived value of your offer. The real magic isn't in having an extensive catalog, it's in understanding the specific outcome your audience desperately wants and positioning your offer as the comprehensive solution to those desires. Hence WIIFM. Now, when I analyzed the conversion metrics afterwards, I discovered something that permanently changed my business model. The Academy converted at 3 times the rate of my individual products, despite the significantly higher price point. I mean, think about that for a second. Higher conversion rate at a higher price. And my theory is that this happened because when you position an offer as a complete solution rather than just a piece of the puzzle, then your audience sees the value differently. When I was presenting individual courses to my audience, I was forcing my customers to figure out which specific piece that they needed. But a properly positioned premium program removed all of that friction by promising the complete pathway to their desired outcome. outcome all in one shot. It's like the difference between selling an individual ingredient versus an entire meal kit with easy to follow instructions. Even though the meal kit costs more, it sells better because it solves the entire problem. All right, so here's the most exciting part of everything that I've shared with you. You don't need to wait weeks or even months to implement this strategy. First and foremost, you can literally start this right now or do it over this weekend. You simply take whatever knowledge or skill that you already have, whether it's one big digital product or just expertise that's still in your head, and you package that up as a complete solution. If you don't know how to do that, I've created entire videos right here on this channel that teach you how to build digital products in 24 hours or less. And remember, the power isn't in creating more stuff. It's in positioning what you already know as the answer to your audience's burning question. What's in it for me? So stop overthinking it, bundle your knowledge, focus on the transformation, and launch it to the world. And then drop me a comment below. Let me know how much you made in your first 30 days. This is Marketing Coach Anthony signing out. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.